to be the most talented actor in the room and still lose the role before you even finish your first line. The reason? Mistakes you don't even realize you're making. Today, I'm going to help you stop sabotaging your own auditions. Welcome back to Purpose Performer, and if you're new here, welcome. This is a space where performance meets purpose, faith ignites art, and culture gets a thoughtful critique. Today we're talking about three costly mistakes actors make in auditions and how to avoid them. Let's get to it. Now, I know every casting room is different. I'm sharing what I've learned from the years in the industry, coaching actors, and sitting on both sides of the table. My goal here today isn't to shame, it's to sharpen. Think of this as your audition warm-up for the soul and the stage. I just have a few points. Today, I'm going to talk about first, overperforming instead of telling the truth. You know, big acting can read as insincere. And what do I mean by big acting? I was always told in acting school that we don't need to telegraph. We don't need to be like, oh, I'm walking over to the table as I use my hands to walk over to the table and grab the pen. I'm going to grab the pen. Look, I'm grabbing the pen and doing all these things, and I'm showing the audience everything I'm doing. That's very insincere, and it's not necessary in auditions. Casting directors are looking for connection, not a talent show. They're not interested in all the different things you can do with the pen, as an example. I am talking about big acting because that's the way I started out. I thought I had to be loud and over-enunciate my words. Sometimes the character just isn't that articulate, all right? Sometimes they talk like this, and sometimes they may talk through their nose. Sometimes they may just whisper. There are different ways that characters speak, and it's not necessarily the way we speak. And that's an example of how I would talk or be big in my acting, and I encourage you, don't do what I did. Honesty is what we're looking for. Tell the truth. I had an acting teacher when I was in school. He would always do this. L. The L stands for the lie, meaning he didn't believe a word you were saying. And if you couldn't get him to believe what you were saying, in his mind, you're not acting. You're acting, but it's not good. Let's just keep it a buck. So honesty in art reflects the God of truth, because God is truth. And as actors, we want to tell the truth. Tell the truth in the given circumstances of the script. If you've been told you're too much in auditions, don't take it personally. Take it strategically and learn from that. A second point I want to talk about is ignoring the given circumstances. You have to be pretty arrogant as an actor to walk into an audition with the script and ignore the clues on the page. Of course, when you go into audition, you may not have the complete script. You're only going to probably have sides, and whatever's on the copy is what you have to go by. As an actor, as a smart actor, you're going to use those clues to your advantage, and you're going to set yourself apart. So I want to say to you, don't make choices that ignore the script's reality. And that is the importance of doing a script analysis, even for cold reads. Some people, to my utter dismay, they will read their part and not even understand how they fit within the context of a script, even if they have the opportunity to read the entire script. To me, quite frankly, this is just lazy acting. And the better thing to do would be to read the entire script if it is made available to you, so you can better understand what piece of the puzzle your character plays. You can ask, what's happening right before my first line? And that moment before, that prep work, will help you make some real choices that are tied to the given circumstances of the script and help you produce a better audition. In the end, excellence means stewarding the details we've been given. My final point is we can't forget that it's a collaboration, not a competition. Casting is all about the right fit, not beating the other actors. I know sometimes we kind of think of the other actors as our competition, and I do understand there's only one role and many actors competing for that one part. But at the end of the day, it really is who's going to be the better fit for the collaborative process that will actually ensue. Just to give an example of that, I had a friend who had auditioned many times over and was called back multiple times, and each time he just went a level up with who would see him. For example, more producers, the executive producers, and things of that nature. He ultimately was not given the role because with the people they had definitely cast, they did not believe he looked like he was part of the family. It was nothing to say of his talent or even his ability to do the role. So we can't take everything personally when we are not selected for the part. And that's why being gracious and professional leaves a lasting impression whether we are called to do the role or not. When it comes to these auditions, I want to encourage this faith element of love your neighbor as yourself, even in the casting hallway. And what I mean by that is you can bid someone, all the best to them, break a leg, some of the things we may say. You may even see some of your own friends at auditions. Every role will be cast with whoever is ultimately decided upon. And today may be your day, another day it may be a friend's day. So just root everyone on, including yourself, in these processes, because there's only one thing you can control, and that is the work that you do. If you've got an audition coming up and you want to walk into the room confident, prepared, and authentic, I'd love to help. You can grab my audition course or book a one-on-one coaching session with me where we'll polish your material together. All of my details are in the description below. And thank you for watching this video. If you found even one of these mistakes eye-opening, stick with me until the end. It helps the YouTube algorithm share this video with more performers who need it, and it grows this community so more artists can find a place where their craft and calling can thrive. So, whether you're stepping into your first audition or your 100th, remember, the room is an opportunity, not a verdict. Steward it well and trust that the right doors will open in the right time, because we know God is sovereign and He's the one who's ordering our steps. So until next time, stay rooted, stay ready, and stay purposed. Bye for now.